Hello everyone, I'm Mudit Tuswata. I'm the Director of Sales and Marketing at Calci Technologies, and I'm also attached to the Global Trade and Investment Forum of the SLASSCOM. So today I will tell you a little bit about the Global Referral Program that the Global Trade and Investment Forum launched in 2020. The program in a nutshell is an easy and a tangible way that anyone, any Sri Lankan expat can contribute to the growth of the IT and BPM industries in Sri Lanka, and in the process help this budding but extremely important export industry to flourish, while also reaping some benefits for themselves. So within this presentation I will firstly walk you through the thinking behind the program, then how the program works and how you can be involved, and finally I will finish with some examples of how this model that we are proposing works today. So Sri Lanka, as some of you may already know, has given birth to some very notable technology companies, the likes of WSO2, a world-renowned middleware company, the technology arm of the London Stock Exchange, formerly known as Millennium IT. It was acquired by the London Stock Exchange, in fact, and is one of the most noteworthy exits in the Sri Lankan tech ecosystem. And other examples, like for example, Cisco Labs, again a Sri Lankan company acquired by a large US company. So these are some noteworthy examples of Sri Lankan successors in the technology space. And if we look at the reasons behind their success, there's a few common threads. Firstly, the founders of all of these companies had a global network at the point they started the company. And secondly, they had a local presence in their target markets. They had sales partners, directors and partners already present in their key target markets during the key growth stage of the company. And thirdly, they also had access to global markets via their investors. Some of their investors were global, and they brought that global network with them. So today, there is a new generation of Sri Lankan IT and BPM companies in the wings. So they too possess the same potential to go global and to grow at the same pace. But they do need a critical helping hand. They need a helping hand to develop that same international reach and access to their key markets. And if I put in a nutshell what they absolutely need for growth, they need increased visibility for their brands. They need to get introduced to potential clients, and they need opportunities to prove their capabilities and develop long-term relationships that will sustain their growth over the next few years. So it's with this gap in mind that we came up with the Global Referral Program. The idea behind the Global Referral Program is to leverage you, the Sri Lankan expats who know Sri Lankan companies, who know of the capability of the Sri Lankan population, and are keen to help both the companies and our talent pool thrive, to make introductions, make connections between Sri Lankan IT and BPM companies and global companies that can give them business and drive the growth of the IT and BPM industries here in that way. So what we have tried to create through the Global Referral Program is an easy way for any of you to introduce a potential business opportunity to an IT or BPM company here. If you were to, let's say for example, you are someone that works in the IT or BPM sector in UK, and you come across an opportunity that could potentially be an interesting opportunity for a Sri Lankan company. So if you were to reach out to Sri Lanka, find a few companies that might be relevant for it, find the contact details of their decision makers, get their collateral, evaluate which companies are suitable for this particular opportunity. That would be a lengthy process. So what we've done via the Global Referral Program is we've cut that process short, and we as the SLASSCOM have taken on the responsibility of playing the role of the facilitator to make this whole process seamless and efficient, so that it's easy for you to funnel opportunities and leads that you come across to Sri Lankan companies here. So to do this, we firstly created a pool of Sri Lankan IT and BPM companies covering a set of in-demand products and services. So this pool is already set. We have a group of 40 companies signed up, and they are bound by a common MOU that guides their commercial practices. And secondly, we have a facilitator appointed within SLASSCOM that can act as the coordinator, central coordinator, connect you with the decision makers behind those companies directly when you need to talk to them. And thirdly, we've collated their collateral in one place. We've brought together all the key information that you need when you have a business opportunity in hand to figure out which companies are interesting and which companies are relevant for that particular opportunity that you come across. So this is the set of verticals, if I put it that way, that we operate across. As you can see, we have covered all the key verticals that are in demand today. Everything from software development to digital marketing to AI and ML related services. So I know that the idea of making a referral might be a little bit alien to some of you. So let me try and break this down in a little bit of detail. How does this work in practice? So the way we envision it, as I said before, if we take the example of someone working, a Sri Lankan expat working in one of our target markets. It could be a market like US, it could be UK, it could be Australia, it could be Japan, it could be a number of markets. And let's say you come across business opportunity that could be could be interesting to a company in Sri Lanka. It could either be an opportunity to sell services or it could be an opportunity to position a software product. So whatever in the IT and BPM space would be relevant for this program. So as a referrer, what you need to do is get in touch with SLASSCOM. Tell us that you have this kind of opportunity on the table, and we would direct you to a place where you can look at the companies relevant for that particular business vertical that are within this global referral program. So you can easily see what options are available and perhaps make a quick decision on which companies would potentially be suitable for this business opportunity. So once you've done your selection, the central coordinator at SLASSCOM will connect you with the key decision makers in those companies, and from that point onwards, we let you and the company take things forward. Because we understand that depending on the situation, you might, for instance, want to simply make that introduction, connect the company and walk away. You might prefer to be involved to some extent in the pitching and choose to assist the company. And you might even choose to work out an arrangement with the company where you are rewarded for the role that you're playing in this business introduction. So we leave it to you to figure out how you want to go ahead, and we let you and that particular company take things forward from there. But of course, we will be there throughout the process to handhold and assist as necessary. So the value addition that SLASSCOM really brings to this referral funneling process is that firstly, we introduce you to a set of companies and we keep you in touch with their latest developments, what is the latest products and service offerings that they put out via brochures, newsletters and other content that we create and circulate. Secondly, we create opportunities for you to directly interact with these companies via webinars and via market visits and so forth. And then thirdly, we also handhold the companies throughout this process of their interaction with you to make sure that you receive timely responses from them. And once introduction is made and you've been connected with the company, we follow up to find out the outcome of their introduction so that we have some idea of who's performed well, and we keep that data for our tracking and analysis later. So let me give you a snapshot of where we are at the moment. So today, as I mentioned before, we have a pool of 40 companies signed up for this, and they've all signed a common MOU that governs their commercial practices under this arrangement. So this pool of companies includes a diverse set of companies falling within those 6 business verticals that I showed before. So within this pool of 40 companies, you can take it that practically any business opportunity that you come across in the IT and BPM space would most likely be covered. We've created a resource center aggregating all the marketing collateral of these companies in one place. So as I mentioned before, you can go there and quickly make a decision on which companies are relevant for the opportunity you have in hand if you contact us with an opportunity. And then, as I mentioned before, we will be creating content, newsletters, brochures, and sharing that with you to keep you updated about the latest goings on within these companies, their latest product offerings, their latest client wins, so that you have material that you can share with your own network. And sometimes, some of this material that you share might spark opportunities in themselves. People might see material you share and reach back to you and ask, can you connect with me with this company in Sri Lanka, because they know that you are from Sri Lanka. and they would think that you'd probably be someone that can make that connection. So now I guess if you followed me so far, you're probably curious as to who can be a referral. So the good news is that almost anyone can be a referral. The referral program is ideally suited for Sri Lankan expats working in the IT and BPM sectors in whichever market that you're based in. So if you're in the IT and BPM sectors, you are almost certain to come across from time to time opportunities that would be legitimate business opportunities for Sri Lankan IT and BPM companies. And then if you are, you don't necessarily need to be in the IT and BPM space alone. If you are someone in another sector, but you have a good standing within your business network and a reputation and a good reputation, and people trust you and come to you for recommendations, then most likely you'll still get opportunities where you'd be able to send certain leads and business prospects to this program. And if you are an expat interested in building connections with the Sri Lankan IT and BPM companies, for instance, you have future plans to perhaps be an investor in Sri Lankan IT and BPM companies or a partner for Sri Lankan IT and BPM companies, this is an ideal way to get started. So this is a way to get to know a few companies, get to know a few interesting companies that are already exporters, get to know the key decision makers within them, work with them, in a very tangible fashion, and build up a working relationship that is within the security and the structure of this program. So if you're a referral, how can you help? I guess that's the next big question. So firstly, as I mentioned before, there is a set of material and there's a constant stream of material that we will be sharing with you around the companies in the program and the program itself. So please do spread the word about the program and our companies. I think that is the first step. And then secondly, whenever you get opportunities to refer prospects and business leads, please do refer them to the program. Get in touch with our central coordinator, and we will make sure that the opportunity that you send us receives the full support of SLASSCOM to win that opportunity for Sri Lanka as a whole. And then thirdly, you can form win-win partnerships with proven companies in the program. So this is very much the long-term vision of the program. We want all of you to be long-term partners of companies within this program, be long-term partners and representatives for them in the markets that you're based in, and essentially help them to go to the same heights as the examples that I mentioned at the start of my presentation, like London Stock Exchange, Cisco Labs, WSO2, etc. What you stand to gain by participating in this effort? First and foremost, you will be assisting Sri Lanka to win export dollars, and we all know how critical that is. The IT industry is it's recognized as an equal opportunity employer, and an employer that can create high value adding jobs, an employer that can create jobs not just in Colombo but within all the regions of Sri Lanka. And therefore this is a way to directly assist your country, and perhaps there might be no easier way for you as an expat to give back to your motherland. Then secondly, if you are someone that makes consistent referrals and makes an effort to contribute to this program, SLASSCOM would be happy to recognize you as an ambassador for SLASSCOM in that market. So we'd be happy to give you due recognition for your efforts. And then thirdly, some of you might opt to work out arrangements with certain companies that you work with. When you're through this program, you might opt to work out arrangements where you're going to benefit from the business wins that you help to produce via finders fees, commissions, etc. And you're most welcome to do that. So the companies that we've got on board have all agreed to honor all such commercial commitments they make to you. So this program again provides you a certain structure and a level of security to operate within, if that is your intention. And you would also most likely, now if you happen to become a great point of referral for some of these companies, you are very likely to be invited to come on board as an advisor, as a director and so forth, and be able to play a key role in the growth of some of these companies and personally participate actively as a result. And of course, this is a great way to build strong, lasting relationships with entrepreneurs behind some of the most exciting companies in Sri Lanka. So now I'll give you some very quick examples of companies that are leveraging similar partnership models. Models where they go out and partner with folks in their target markets to drive business. So I'll actually start off with my own company, CALS Technologies. So Kelsey is a bespoke software development solutions provider, and we have been operating with this model of channel sales partnerships for the last few years. We entered the UK market. We've been traditionally a firm focused very much on the US market, and we entered the UK market in around 2017 via introduction made by one such partner. And very quickly, we managed to secure more than 10 plus large-scale active clients via a series of partners that we signed up. And it's not just in UK that this model has worked well for us. We've also penetrated other markets like the Nordics with similar partnerships. Some of these partnerships have yielded us excellent accounts, like some of the largest e-commerce companies in the Nordics. So today, I'm very proud to say that more than 70% of the company's revenues and clients come from some kind of introduction or referral, either from existing clients or from partners. So this goes to show the power of this referral and partnership model. So another company that I'd like to highlight is software product company attached to the GRP program, BoardPack. It's an award-winning board meetings and governance digitalization solution, and they've got offices today in many regions of the world. They've entered some key markets of theirs, like South Africa and Malaysia, via partnerships with leading telcos and secured 100 plus large-scale clients via these type of partners. For instance, they have entered the US market through an introduction made by an expat Sri Lankan director, and that introduction has led to them making a partnership with Lifesize, which is a direct Zoom competitor, and that partnership has really grown and yielded great results for them. So this company is again a great example of how the Sri Lankan expat network can be leveraged to grow the sales and marketing arm of a company. And last but not least, I'd like to leave you with this case study of Loop Solutions. Loops is a well-known digital agency offering online and social media marketing services. And they have again been using this model over the last few years and secured a presence in Australia and Qatar and other markets via introductions made by expat Sri Lankan channel sales partners. So they have worked extensively with old boys associations, past pupils associations. This is some of these networks which are very strong in the Sri Lankan context throughout the world, and managed to win a sizable number of noteworthy clients via this method. So I think all of this goes to show that this is a model that is workable, that already works. And what we're trying to do with this GRP program is just scale it out and organize a little bit more and open it up to more companies. So thank you very much. That's it from me. Please do reach out if you have any questions.